How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since we've done this. I am going to continue on working, trying to post content as much as I can. I've been a little behind. No real excuse. I do apologize, but we're going to go into the comics that we're picking up this week for New Comic Book Day. I'm very excited for it. I believe we are getting a total, I have it here, of 14 comics. One's a dupe, so that's going to be 13 new ones, one dupe, and you'll see why. We got some special project comics at the end from David Nakayama that I've been collecting. And then we got all these other comics that we're going to be reading. I'm super hyped for it. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. But start off with, these are all the comics we're getting, not everything that's coming out. And again, we're going to go over the 8 covers besides the special project at the end. If you guys are wanting to see the variant cover, stay tuned to the channel to see what I picked up for New Comic Book Day. Super hyped for it. But other than that, let's go ahead and dive right in. First comic book we're gonna get into is Absolute Flash, issue number 14. It says Wally and Linda find themselves trapped within a twisted dimension made of mirrors, confronted with their past and haunted by the mysterious assailant. The Flash will need to run faster than he ever has to escape this haunting realm. I know for a fact I'm reading that wrong, but that's okay. We're getting like the Mirror Master in this one, which is really cool. I believe that's going to be his name. I don't know. Yeah, Mirror Master. He is from the normal universe and stuff like that. He is a villain to the Flash as well. So really cool. I'm excited for it. Absolute Flash. Still, again, it's been amazing to read. Really, really fun. So we're picking this one up. And we're also getting Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 19. It says Absolute Wonder Woman will never be the same. Diana is unraveling and surrounded by enemies, but it is only when things are darkest that one should call upon the lasso Torca leaves you changed. A different kind of lasso than her normal one, I believe, which is really cool. This is part 4 of the one where she's like running into with Zatanna from this universe, which is really cool. Real fun to read. I love the way they tell the story of Wonder Woman. Again, she is definitely different from the normal Wonder Woman that we're used to, but she's badass. I love every bit about her, so we're gonna pick that one up. Next, we have the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 27. Like the cover says, the Amazing Spider Carnage ? I'm I think one story behind on the Death Spiral, so I think I gotta read issue 8 still before I get to 9. But this is the last main issue from the the tie-ins with Venom and Spider-Man for the Death Spiral, and then we have one off to finish it off with the Death Spiral, which is really cool. It says Death Spiral conclusion: Torment will get away with murder unless Spider-Man does the unthinkable. So really cool. If you're reading this event, it's really dope. Again, I'm one behind, so I can't really say too much on it, but it looks like Carnage might have mixed with Spider-Man. I'm not sure why. I haven't got there yet. I will by the time this comes out, though. I'm super hyped for it. Again, it's the Amazing Spider-Man, man, so we have to pick it up. And another one that we definitely have to pick up, which is Cyclops issue 3. It says the Reavers are on a rampage, now sporting all the best cybernetic enhancements. With the newest Reaver, Tearjerker, finally have the power to best Cyclops without the use of his visor. How Cyclops fight back? ? Which is really cool. I love this. It says blinded and out of his death, Cyclops is blind. His visor broke, so he has to cover his eyes. If not, he can't control the beams. The whole life of Cyclops that he's been dealing with this whole life, which is really cool. I love the story. Cyclops is my favorite. I'm gonna say this every video when he comes up. He is my favorite X-Men of all time. Super dope. So yeah, we definitely had to get this one. I love the story so far, so we're gonna add this one to the collection. Next, we have Detective Comics 1108. I'm super hyped by this because you got Green Arrow, the Black Canary, and Batman working together. Like it says in here, dynamic trio: Batman, Green Arrow, and Black Canary continue their investigation into the secretive family at the center of the strange conspiracy. But the deeper they dig, the larger the conspiracy becomes, and they soon realize its implications may be tied to their own shared history. That sounds really cool. This is part 2. They started this whole mix-up. The reason I'm really super excited for one is Batman. Detective Comics is always a great story, but you got Green Arrow involved, which is dope. Green Arrow's single issues or his own stories ended out of nowhere. I'm super sad about it because I loved it so much, but I know people weren't that much of a fan of it, so they cut it. Kind of sucks, but now we got Green Arrow and a Black Canary with Batman, which is really dope, so I'm excited to get this one. Next, we're getting The Flash, issue number 32, The Flash. I was going to cut it off. It wasn't really, selling to me, but now we have a new writer, which is really good, and it's actually really good so far. I like the first introduction to the new writer to the story. It explains Wally West really well, kind of gives a background for people who are just diving in with the new writer, which is dope. It says The Flash and Captain Cold team up. Okay, so maybe Flash's world has gone crazy, but maybe he's having to run around the city several times a minute just to save people from themselves. But at least things can't get worse, right? I don't know why people so used to rhetorical construction. Every time you say at least things can get worse, you're just setting these up to get way worse. Wally, in this issue, escalating stakes, flashes of insight, and a strange and unexpected team up that brings Flash and Captain Cold together. With the fate of Central City hanging in its balance, told you things could get worse. Sheesh, Wally, come on. That's really a lot to express. As you can see, Wally West and Captain Cold are going to be teaming up in this one, which is really cool. I'm excited to read this one and see, keep giving the Flash, Wally West as the Flash in the main series a try. I know Wally West is, supposed to be a lot faster than Barry Allen, like they prove it. But the story was kind of getting a little weird for me. But now, like I said, the last issue with the new writer, I'm very excited for it. We're continuing our adventure with Green Lantern issue number 34. It says, come to California, they said. Track down intergalactic prison escapees, they said. Kyle Rayner is back in LA and he's not alone. The precog thief known as only as the Odyssey, the Time Bandit, is along for the ride. But is Odyssey really bad to the bone? Or does she hold a devastating secret that only Kyle Rayner can help her with? Kyle traverses a job, a mentorship, murderous aliens by a dozen, and a wrestling federation? No. Please don't tell us Jeremy is bringing Omega Bandman back. Guest starring The Flash if you're into that sort of thing. So last issue is actually really good where, Kyle Rayner has kind of took over the main Green Lantern story while Hal Jordan is doing his own thing. They're giving him as the main character for the Green Lantern, not the Green Lantern Corps, but the Green Lantern issues, which is really good. Actually, I enjoyed it a lot from the last issue. They are hunting down some prisoner escapees. I think there was 4 or 6, I don't remember, but they got one of them so far, and they're going to continue that story, which is really cool. So I'm hyped for it. Next, we got Justice League Unlimited issue number 18. It says DCKO Aftermath Unlimited. Definitely united. Hardly. The strongest voices in the Justice League have begun granting amnesty and membership to supervillains. Immunity is brewing. Plus, Guy Gardner leads a mission that will have startling consequences for the entire galaxy. I feel like we're already kind of running into that with Guy Gardner in the Green Lantern Corps. Last time I checked, but that's okay. But like I said, the villains are actually going to be part of the Justice League, because the ones at least that helped with the whole DCKO tournament going on, where some of them sacrificed themselves, or some of them, did something that kind of redeemed themselves and tried to help out and stuff like that. Really cool. So last issue was really great and a bigger surprise. So I'm actually excited to see how they're gonna move forward with this. Super hyped for it. A couple weeks ago, we got Superman, we got DC, Marvel, Superman, Spider-Man, but now we're getting Marvel, DC, Spider-Man, and Superman. Same situation though, where you got a bunch of different stories, a bunch of characters getting together from Marvel and DC, teaming up and writing these stories. It's really cool. I'm super hyped for it. Not gonna get too much into it. If you read Superman, Spider-Man, you're gonna most likely want Spider-Man, Superman, which is cool. Same thing, just Marvel's version of it, and the last one was DC's version of it, which is really dope. So I'm excited to get this one. Next, we got Rogue issue number 4. Look at that cover. That looks amazing, where you got like Beast in the background, or supposed to be Sabretooth. I think it's Sabretooth actually. It says Rogue is tangled in Constrictor's web of lies and no closer to the truth of her past. Meanwhile, the mysterious John Stelton stops running from his own past and decides to comfort Rogue head on. Who's John Stelton? I don't exactly know who that is. I don't think that's who's in the background. She's trying to find Sabretooth though, just trying to see why these memories are still popping up in her head. It's a good story. She tried to get Mystique to help her out in Destiny. They weren't no answers. She went to Restrictor. That didn't help. So now she's trying to figure out exactly why she's getting these bad memories and exactly what happened, because her memory got erased from the past. Long story short, she doesn't remember. She's trying to figure out answers because she can't sleep because of it. Super cool. She took a moment away from the Uncanny X-Men, which is dope. So I love this story, and I'm definitely picking this one up. Next, we're getting Superman, issue number 37. This is part 8 of the 20 issues Reign of the Superboys. But again, this is Superman 37, where you got Superman Prime trying to take place of Superman until they figure out what's going on with them and stuff like that. It says Reign of the Superboys heats up. Superboy Prime gets a new real-life job with a new secret identity while he protects Metropolis from dangerous threats. But here's the whole DC Comics universe. Well, there is a whole DC comic universe out there for him to explore, and the fanboy in him wants to see it all. Too bad there are heroes who don't trust him and think he should be locked up. Because before, I guess he was not a trustworthy guy. He was a villain, but he has to help with the DCKO. So Lois Lane's trying to help redeem him and make himself look good, but by doing that, he has to be like a normal civilian and stuff like that. It's actually a really good story, part of the Reign of Superboys. Like I said, I've been enjoying every bit of it, so we're definitely picking this one up. Next, we got Wolverine issue number 19. It says Clash of the Titans. I actually, literally while recording this, just finished 18, so I'm super excited for it. It says Clash of the Titans. What has pit Hercules against Wolverine? Witness the clash and a fallout as we march into the next phase of game-changing Logan storytelling. So you got Hercules, the demigod, versus Wolverine, which is insane. The villain is, would definitely surprise you, and why Hercules is trying to fight Wolverine, why Wolverine has to fight Hercules. It's an amazing story. You got to, it's going throwbacks to where like the special metal, where it's like that gold there, you go adamantium instead of the one that's in Wolverine, which is really cool. Again, it's badass. The story's really good. I'm actually really excited to get this and read it to continue that. But those are all the normal comics that we're getting. Now I'm gonna go over 2 of the special project ones that we're getting from David Nakayama, and we're going to start with the Amazing Spider-Man issue 27. Like I said, we're already getting that issue, but we're getting this special one because you got like a mixture of a character. I'm not sure exactly who that is, to tell you the truth. I'm sure he's a big person, and I don't think he'll tell me in any of this. If you know who that is, let me know in the comments below. But we're getting that because it's the black white variant that he's doing, which is really cool. And the last one, and not least, we're not reading this one, but the last one we're getting is Mark Spector Moon Knight issue 3. I haven't started the series, but we're picking up this one because you got all white Moon Knight with the white background. I think that just looks amazing, so we're gonna get that one. I would like to read these, so I'm actually gonna probably look them up on the app and start from there, because the previous Moon Knight was actually really good, so excited for that. But that's all the comics that we're picking up for New Comic Book Day. Again, I know this one was a longer video. I do apologize, but I want to get back into making these kind of videos and see if you guys enjoy them, stuff like that. If you guys have any questions about certain comics, or if you guys want me to show off a specific kind of comics, like Image comics or anything like that, even if I'm not picking it up, again, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. It means a lot to me, guys. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.